This episode of App Judgment is brought to you by Gamefly. Go to www.gamefly.com/appjudgment for your free trial membership.
Hey, welcome to another edition of App Judgment. My name is Ron Richards.
I'm Mauricio Balvanera.
And this time around, we thought we'd take a look at some of the applications that have been updated recently. There's so many apps. I've got so many apps on my phone, and you get all these update notifications. It's hard to keep track.
I have about 50 on my phone right now.
Right, yeah, it's ridiculous. So sometimes it's good to, sometimes you uninstall an app because you don't like the way it works,
right.
and they might update it and they fix it. So we thought we'd highlight some of the interesting updates that have happened across Android, iPhone, iPad, to give you just an idea of what you should be on the
all
lookout
across
for.
the board, yeah, totally.
Exactly. So we're going to start off with Android, because I drew the long straw.
Or the short straw.
Or the short straw. Most notably, I noticed that recently Amazon updated their Kindle application for Android, which just came out in this past June.
They've updated all across the board, but Android has some specific updates.
Yeah, they finally added search, both voice and text, so you can search through the text of your books.
Apple can't do that.
Exactly. Now you can highlight in the book and make annotations or notes, and that synchronizes across devices. So if you have an iPad or if you have a Kindle, your notes that you make on the phone will show up on those devices, which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
They also added a connection to the social network Shelfari. A lot of you use that to keep track of your books, and it's got a lot of book information.
Now, is that an Android application or?
No. It's just basically Shelfari is a web app, a web social network. But now you can link your account to that, and you can access data from within the app without leaving Kindle.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool. And you can also access Wikipedia. So if there's a word you don't know, you can search Wikipedia all within the app. Never have to leave it.
There's lots of words I don't know.
But the most functional change to this, which I thought was interesting, at least the Android itself is not like the iPad. It doesn't have a landscape portrait mode switch.
Yeah.
So when I was reading a book, I found it kept on flipping.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
Usually laying down on your bed or couch or something.
Exactly.
And it's like,
nothing worse than mid-sentence when it flips. Yeah. So now you can lock the reader in portrait or landscape
This is
mode.
an on-screen lock. Right?
On-screen lock, exactly.
Cool.
So it only applies in the Kindle application on the Android. So you can stick to what you're reading, go back to the OS. It doesn't alter it. It keeps your preference. So very cool. Another big notable update from over on the Android side is to Gmail. Google actually made a big update to Gmail, and it's a subtle update in that they untied it to the OS. And what that means is that previously when they wanted to update Gmail, you had to wait for an entire Android operating system update because they tied Gmail to the OS.
Right.
Now they've decoupled it. It's its own standalone app, and they mainly did this because there's so many other Android phones out there running the Android application. They didn't have a lot of control over it. But have you been playing Priority Inbox?
No.
On Gmail?
Ooh. Oh yes, no, I did start it. That's right. Integration now?
Finally on the app, so that's pretty cool. So I'm totally addicted to Priority Inbox, so it's on there.
This isn't even something I can compare to Apple because Apple doesn't have the dedicated, it's the Nexus One. It's Android, of course, it's going to have the integrated Google. Yep. Not even an option for Apple. Not to make it an Apple versus Android thing, but it always is.
It shows, and they made a tweak to the Gmail app, so now all the toolbars are on the top.
Yeah.
So you don't have to scroll all the way up, makes it a little easier. And they also added show quoted text, which is something that you have in Gmail. It's getting closer and closer to being just like the web app, which is so cool.
Very cool.
And finally, I'm a Nexus One user. I recently got the Android 2.2.1 operating system update.
Very cool.
I thought, operating system update, what does this include? It's just a bunch of security fixes. It's not a major update. It didn't even go out to all Android users. It apparently was Nexus One specific. Usually when there's that third number in the update version, you don't have
you can skip it if you want.
It's technical, don't worry about it. So
bug fixes.
Yeah. So that's what's been going on in the Android world. We're gonna take a break here from our sponsor, and then Mal's gonna check in with Apple.
Gamefly is the largest online video game rental service and offers you a choice from over 7,000 new and classic titles across all consoles and handhelds. With plans starting at $15.95 a month, Gamefly members can rent 1 to 4 games at a time and keep them for as long as they like. There are no late fees, no due dates, and shipping is always free. Once you're done playing the game, send it back and Gamefly will send you the next available game on your list. If you really like the game you're playing, simply click Keep It on the Gamefly website and the game is yours at a discounted price. Gamefly will even mail you the case and manuals free of charge. App Judgment fans get a 15-day free trial when they go to www.gamefly.com/appjudgment.
All right, thank you, sponsors. On the Apple side of things, there's a few updates. These updates sometimes make or break the application.
They really do.
There's a few applications that we said, no, don't download it because it was missing a feature, and the fix may have fixed that. Square, Prager did a review of Square a while ago. This is the application that, of course, lets you make credit card payments to your phone using a little nub that connects to the audio jack. Yeah. They now support offline payments, which is a big deal. I actually had to accept a payment just this last weekend where there's no internet and
Oh, I could see it because I have Square on my Android and I have the little dongle and I was so excited. I've never used it.
Yeah.
Well, you know, like and people owe me money. It's
such a cool concept. It's like such a go ahead and download because you're going to use it so often. But unless you're a food truck
or
guy,
or a flea market
exactly.
Salesperson, then what are you gonna do?
You know, so that's kind of a cool update. Siri's Assistant. We did this application a while ago.
Siri can help you do anything while you're on the move. You can ask Siri a question like,
when is Taylor Swift playing in Fresno?
Siri will find you the dates and prices and even let you purchase your tickets.
They now support open table reservations, which is important, I think, if you're going to have a digital personal assistant.
I use OpenTable all the time, and if that was, I've got the OpenTable app on Android, but if that was integrated into the personal assistant app, that would be really.
Now that's
really
on Google as well, right?
That's on Android, yeah. Well, OpenTable. I'm not sure if Siri is. I haven't played with it yet. But,
push notification support, of course, now, which is great for any type of personal assistant application. I think that's rather important. Instapaper now supports address book integration. Now, Instapaper is the application that allows you to. I love this one. This is what makes the iPad worthwhile to me. Go to any web page, push it to your phone or iPad as just a text file, which is great. Now it supports, it's got address book integration now, which allows you to send text to any email you want, which is fantastic.
It's helpful. Yeah.
This one's interesting. Hipstamatic. We've done. I think Stephanie Chu did this review.
Everybody loves this app. I keep seeing these pictures pop up. It's a lot of people using their Twitter accounts.
Yeah, you look through Flickr and there's a lot of hipster. I think it even tags it with Hipstamatic, so you can search some of the pictures on there. They now have a real print lab where you can send the picture to a print lab and they mail you a very blurry, pixelated picture because it looks great on your phone, but not so much in real life. You know. But it's kind of cool. Yeah. And lastly, Yelp. This one's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Their last update says bug fixes, including the rare one where the app auto prank calls that nearby dive bar with the surly bouncer, are bad.
I'm kind of mad they updated it. I didn't ever get to see that actually in work. I wonder. Yeah, I can think of one bar that we want to do that too. Anyway,
there's a bunch of other applications you may want to look through. These are applications we reviewed in the past. Just to go over some of them quickly. Evernote, KCRW Radio, Pandora Radio. A lot of these are now supporting multitasking, both bug fixes. Dropbox, Facebook, OmniFocus. The list goes on and on. Take a look. Some of them are actually, most of them are just bug fixes. Don't cut away from me right now. A lot of these are just bug fixes, but some of them are actually make or break, updates to these applications.
Especially with the new version of iOS coming out, multitasking, that a lot of the app developers are quickly scrambling to add that support to their applications and get it to the point where it's running nicely. So usually when you see an OS update, you're going to see a lot of updates happen after that.
Exactly. So, a lot of Retina display, upping the graphics. A lot of these people starting from scratch because they've made the mistake of not going high res from the beginning.
Exactly.
So
So it's here. So keep an eye out on your updates. It's sometimes it get overwhelming. You got that number staring at you, and I wake up and I see 14 new updates.
It's scary.
But it's important to know what those apps are doing to your phone and what's changing. So always take a look at the release notes and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So if you have any questions or have any apps that have updated that you want us to take a look at, shoot us an email at appjudgment@revision3.com. Or you can find us out on the web, in and around Twitter,
YouTube,
Facebook,
and we got our own homepage too.
Exactly.
Go to hit us up there.
Revision3.com/AppJudgment, where you can get all of our previous episodes and you can subscribe there as well. So, all right. So until next time, I'm Ron.
I'm Mauricio.
And I need some more updates.
I need to stop cussing on camera.
You do.